Well, good evening, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Michael Annan.
And I'm student meteorologist Tyler Sharon.
And before we get to all the seniors who are graduating in about a week's time, giving their last show here at FSU weather, we have to get down to some business. I have to give this nice clipboard to Tyler Sherrod. Actually, he's only been here for a month, so surprisingly, and unlike the other team leaders who are going to be gone this time next year, I'm still going to be here, so get to see me for one more year.
Yeah, so I'll be taking over the Friday shows, but of course Michael will be sticking around. Those of you guys that love seeing golf on Fridays, maybe not going to be seeing as much of that, but you're still going to be seeing Michael hanging around these parts on Fridays.
Yep, I'll try to keep that tradition as alive as I can.
Well, we'll just have to see what happens, but for now we're going to send things off to Colleen with the overview. So yeah, let's send it off to Colleen.
Thanks, guys. And for the last time, I'm student meteorologist Colleen Peterson. Now, when you woke up this morning, it was a little chilly, but we did heat up all the way to 81 degrees. We're still sitting at mostly sunny, but if you look at the wind is at 14 miles per hour. Right now, we don't have any rainmakers over in our area, and that you can thank the dominating high pressure over the southeast, bringing in some sunny and dry conditions over the next few days. Look at this. We're seeing the highest temperature we've seen in the season at 89 degrees on Monday. Sunday, you can expect 85 degrees, and on Saturday as well, 83. We're seeing some beautiful conditions over the next 4 days, and that's thanks to this ridge that is building over our region. And congrats to all the seniors. I love all you guys, and it's been a great time here at FSU Weather since the summer of 2015. We've had a great show, but for the last time, I'm going to send it off back to the desk.
All right, thanks, Colleen. Here's a look at the southeast right now. Temperatures are still relatively warm, even though we did have a cold front pass through yesterday. We're sitting mostly in the lower to mid 80s right now for the Gulf Coast region, 81 in New Orleans, 85 in Houston, and 83 in San Antonio. Our hot spot on the map tonight is El Paso, all the way at 91 degrees, so very warm over there. We are seeing temperatures a little bit cooler as you head to the Tennessee area and to North Carolina, where temperatures are cooling off thanks to some heavy rainfall. Dew points are pretty dry as well now that that cold front moved through. We're seeing dew points in the 30s and 40s, so a lot drier than what we saw about 12 or even 24 hours ago. The coast, though, still seeing high dew points in the upper 50s and lower 60s, where we do have some onshore flow there right along the immediate coastline. Winds are coming out of the northwest after that cold front passed through, and we're seeing winds at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Some places are getting pretty gusty, though, near some thunderstorms on the eastern seaboard, around 15 to 20 miles per hour. These are sustained winds, but gusts are still much higher than that. This cold front just moved off the coast here, and we are still seeing some pretty heavy rainfall for North Carolina and Virginia right now. We are having a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for these thunderstorms here, and we are seeing some pretty heavy lightning and rain with those as well. We're also seeing some showers down toward the southern half of Florida, near the Florida Keys, with a little bit of sea breeze on the southern half of the state there. The next 24 hours looking pretty dry across the southeast as high pressure sets in, but we are watching for our next system that will be coming out of the Great Plains going to Tennessee, a low pressure system bringing just a little bit of rain for that area. But for tonight, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s for the most part, 60s for the state of Florida, in the 70s for South Florida, and then we're going to see temperatures warm up tomorrow back into the mid 70s to mid 80s for all of the southeast. Now we're going to take things over to Brittany with a look at our local weather.
Thanks, Brantley. Now, it did get very warm out there today. 81 degrees was our high temperature, and we're just around that average at 82 degrees. Our low overnight was 62 degrees, pretty close to our average for this time of year, but thankfully nowhere near that record of 38 degrees set back in 1910. Currently, we're still sitting in the lower 80s at 81 degrees with those mostly sunny skies. We did have some clouds to start off throughout the day, but those have cleared up and allowed us to warm up fairly quickly throughout the day. Luckily, we have a north wind at 14 miles per hour, helping cool you off if you were walking around for your last day of classes around campus. Across the Big Bend, we're sitting in the 70s and the 80s, Blakely is already at 73 degrees, and down by the coast, Carabel is at 82 degrees, and Wilma also at 82 degrees. Our dew points aren't too low, but they are still fairly comfortable with that northerly wind. 54-degree dew point for Tallahassee and 58 degrees for St. Mark's. This is why it's feeling just overall very nice outside because of that northerly wind. 14 miles per hour once again for Tallahassee, 10 over in Quincy. Apalachicola breezy down there by the coast at 16 miles per hour. Satellite and radar shows just what we saw today. Most of those clouds have moved out of the area, leaving for those mostly sunny skies and just overall beautiful conditions. Zooming out, you'll see high pressure is now in place for the southeast, and that will be in control of our weather for the next few days. Over the next 24 hours, we're going to keep that northerly wind as we head throughout the day for tomorrow morning, but later into Saturday afternoon, we'll switch right back to that southerly wind. That will allow those temperatures to really warm up, especially once we head to the start of your next work week. For tonight, it will be chilly though. 52 for Tallahassee, 51 over in Perry, and 52 for Bainbridge over there. For your dog walk forecast, looking like a beautiful start to the morning. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the lower 60s will warm up to the mid 70s by about lunchtime, and will be in those 80s just around 3 p.m. For tomorrow, plenty of sunshine across the Big Bend, 82 degrees for Marietta, 83 over in Quincy. And down by the coast, we are a little cooler, so if you have any beach plans, these are perfect beach conditions, not too hot, and with that nice breezy condition and that onshore flow once we head into the afternoon, it's going to feel amazing. 77 degrees for St. Mark's and 75 degrees for Carabel. Check out the week ahead. No rain chances starting your next work week, and for finals week, plenty of sunshine, but check out those temperatures really getting up there into those upper 80s. Could even see some 90s heading into next week. We don't see those next rain chances until we head later into your next work week, where we have a 20% chance of rain for Thursday and Friday. For now, I'm going to send things over to Francesca and Caitlin at the desk.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And yes, this is our first and final desk that we get to do together, but as you can tell what season it is.
True to form, it is graduation season.
Yes, this weekend Florida State will be graduating a few thousand Noles. Our ceremonies are going to be Friday afternoon and evening, as well as Saturday mid-morning and early afternoon. So how's the weather looking for this weekend?
In short, hot. We're looking at 87 both on Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday there is a small chance of rain. It's going to be a little muggy, so make sure you bring water, you bring deodorant, because
important.
real
Yes.
toasty, long gowns, trap the heat.
They are pretty thick. I tried
They're
my
very
on. They're
thick.
pretty thick. But yeah, you know, when you're standing in line to wait to get into the Tucker Center,
Yeah.
an umbrella handy, water
All in
as well.
black, you're just going to be in an oven, so be prepared.
True. And also, speaking of some graduation facts, you know how we always throw the caps at the at our commencement ceremony? This tradition actually originated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1912.
Wow, I cannot believe they had fun back then. And since then, there have been hundreds of injuries because, you know, they're kind of sharp.
Yeah, they are rather.
Yeah, they're a little pointy.
a little bit,
but-
that's okay. But in short, always what we want to make sure that we do is graduation right to left. Right to left. Alrighty. Well,
So
for this,
we're going to toss it off to the wall.
All right, that was one of the best desks that I think we've ever had here on FSU Weather. That was outstanding. For now, I'm going to give you guys a look at what's going on nationally. First thing you really see here on this map is Phoenix at 97 degrees. And I remind you that it is still April. Some very warm temperatures they're seeing down there in the southwest. Moving up northerly into the Pacific Northwest, Billings, Montana, seeing 50 degrees right now with some showers in their area. A little bit closer to our neck of the woods. Temperatures still easily into the 80s throughout much of the southeast, and then moving up the east coast, temperatures dip pretty significantly once you get up to Boston. Temperatures still in the mid to upper 40s. Our dew points mostly dry throughout the country until you get down near all of the coasts, and that cold front that moved through our area yesterday is still sticking around the eastern portion of the east coast, bringing pretty moist conditions throughout that entire area. But the rest of the country, mostly dry, and that's going to be the trend as we continue into the weekend ahead as well. And that is all due to this high pressure system currently situated over Louisiana. That's really going to stick around throughout the entirety of the 7-day forecast, bringing mostly clear but hot conditions to our region and most of the East Coast as well. If we zoom on into those storms going on in the East Coast right now, right around my neck of the woods actually, we got some severe thunderstorm warnings up towards the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., and some marine warnings as we move down near closer to Virginia Beach and closer to Nags Head. As I just said, here they are. We got that severe thunderstorm warning moving up into the coast of Delaware and some coastal warnings down near Virginia Beach. If we zoom on down to the southeast, though, our Friday producer Michael and I are in love with golf, so I like that he put the TPC of Louisiana on here for the PGA Tour event going on this weekend. He's going to be excited that I shouted him out for that. But we also have some storms off the coast of Florida due to that sea breeze that Brantley mentioned earlier. Zooming on up to the Pacific Northwest, though, could see some snow as we get into the weekend, and it's April. I just said that Phoenix is at 97 degrees, but then those up in the Minnesota and Wisconsin have some winter storm warnings, some winter weather advisories, which is pretty odd for this time of year. As we get into the next 24 hours with your Futurecast, this big attractive system moves off into the northeast, making way for that high pressure system to just dominate the entire southeast, bringing us those warm, clear skies throughout the remainder of the 7-day forecast. As we progress into early Saturday morning, you see all that snow start to form that I just alluded to up in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and then that snow progresses towards the Great Lakes as well. As we get into your 10-day outlook for the CPC, temperatures are going to remain much warmer than average for us down here in the southeast, but throughout most of the rest of the country, temperatures will actually be cooler than average. But for now, I'm going to send things over to Sarah for her last segment with Local 2.
Yeah, thanks, AJ. Yeah, we're going to talk more about those warmer conditions we'll see in that 7-day. Right now, the rainfall almanac, as we're almost finishing out the month of April, seeing just below average for our monthly average here, sitting pretty dry around for much of Florida, really. So definitely going to see that drought monitor come into play. Current conditions right now, it's still fairly warm around the 6 o'clock hour, 79 in Monticello, 81 in Tallahassee. But the one thing we notice is plenty of sunshine for most of the Big Bend area, and we're going to be hanging on to that sunshine for most of the week. Current dew points, we're sitting in that comfortable range right now as we have these northerly winds bringing us more drier conditions, so allowing us to dry out and not having that icky, sticky pattern as you're going out on the town. Some areas seeing pretty breezy conditions. Tallahassee sitting at 14 miles per hour. Satellite and radar, there we have that high pressure system really doing its job, keeping us clear and plenty of sunshine for us. As I zoom out, here is where that high pressure system is located. It's going to continue moving into the southeast as we head onto the rest of the week. Now, unfortunately, that icky, sticky pattern will return as we get into Saturday, as I'm going to push this next 24 hours into motion. You can really see these winds start to shift, bringing more clockwise motion as that high pressure system starts to push its way into our area. And then by Saturday evening, there's those southerly winds bringing up that Gulf moisture. So as we get into the next work week, the humidity will return. Now for tonight, though, we're going to be pretty chilly at 54 degrees. That's because we have those clear skies, allowing us to cool down with winds being fairly calm. And because it is sunny and we have no rain chances in the forecast, definitely go out to the beach and get your tan on. But make sure, since it is sunny, make sure to reapply that sunscreen as it takes under 10 minutes to burn. And then, of course, for tomorrow, again, warming up with plenty of sunshine, 83 for the high. Zooming out into your week ahead, going to be hanging on to those sunny skies, but then warmth and humidity return as we get into the next work week. And then on Thursday, going to have to bring back that umbrella from your closet because rain chances are going to pick back up. But for now, I'm going to hand things over to Colby with our metro area.
Thank you, Sarah, in our last metro area of the year. And hey, these are my stomping grounds. This is green country. There's T-Town, Tulsa, sitting at a nice, comfortable 77 degrees right now. All the temperatures right now in the mid-70s. Some upper 70s there over in Sand Springs there on the map. Full suns as we start to head down toward the I-40 corridor. We've had a couple of some clouds moving through, but things rather comfortable all across the area. Really dry, though. 41-degree dew point right now in Tulsa. A little bit drier off to the north and to the west. So really, it's been dry all across the area. That could change as we go into tonight and then even into tomorrow. I'll show you that in just a second. Strong southerly flow in Tallahassee, that would really equate to a lot of moisture, but not this far inland. We're up into northeastern Oklahoma, so although we have that southerly flow, it's not really bringing a lot of moisture, but we are having some showers that actually started early around the I-35 corridor from Ponca City down to Stillwater, down toward the city itself. They pushed back toward T-Town, and really hadn't been much of anything. They've actually struggled to keep their composure and keep together. They've actually been really brought together by this low pressure system. This will be our next weather maker that will be coming into the area. Its frontal boundary will also continue to make its progression as we go into the next 24 hours. It won't be a complete washout, but you'll have to start watching for those chances of showers and storms across the area. Strong southerly winds even as we go into the night. We start to see the high clouds come through. Possibility of a shower here and there, but really not a washout like we saw last week. There's that cloud cover there in Tulsa, especially down around I-40 as you start to head toward Okmulgee over toward Chandler. You watch out for the showers and storms there, and then into the Saturday. You notice that cold front comes through. We start to have the winds start to come back out of the north and the west, but really struggling to have any sort of predominant showers and storms across the area. It'll be hit and miss, so you might get one in Bartlesville, but you'll miss out in Tulsa. We're starting to key in, though, for chances all across the area, especially as you start to head down toward I-40. Temperatures in the 50s for your lows. Then tomorrow we'll rebound 83 in Tulsa, and it'll be really around I-40. We'll have to really watch out if you have any Saturday plans. Those might get a little damper there with the possible shower coming through, so definitely have the umbrella ready there. Saturday into Sunday, you notice those temperatures really struggle to rebound on Sundays. We have that area of the colder air come back behind that cold front there. 73 for your high on Sunday. Saturday looking good, though, so hopefully you can enjoy your Saturday and really get things going. It's been wonderful. I've really enjoyed FSU weather, and I'm glad to finish it there with the Tulsa metro area. I'm going to hand things over to Margaret with a look at the Sunshine State.
Thanks, Colby. We're going to bring things back home into the Sunshine State. And we've got a mix of clouds and sun. Fort Myers, 79 there, full sun. But nearby, just down the road a bit in Miami, it's 83 with those mostly cloudy skies there. Meanwhile, up along the Florida Panhandle, we've got partly cloudy skies here in Tallahassee at 81. And Pensacola, a smidge cooler, 79 with those beautiful sunny skies. Satellite and radar, we don't have anything from I-4 north and west. It's all beautiful, gorgeous, clear skies. We just have the remnants of that front that came through here last night remaining down in South Florida, mostly over the Everglades. Now for the Florida Panhandle tonight, a lot of clear skies as we've been talking about throughout the show. We're under the influence of high pressure, so just some passing clouds for Panama City, Destin, and Pensacola. Places a little bit further inland like Crestview could even be getting down into the upper 40s tonight for one last bit of cooler weather before we start really getting into summer. So then radar for Tallahassee's area is clear, and then as we zoom over towards the Atlantic coastline of the state of Florida, a little bit more clouds because the front clear is a little bit more recent passing through there, and the temperatures a bit warmer, especially as you get down towards the I-4 corridor, with Cocoa Beach staying at 55, Orlando at 65, Orlando at 60. A little bit cooler as you go north towards Ocala and Gainesville in the mid-50s there. And then going down to South Florida where we can see the remnants of that front. Some rain out in the Gulf of Mexico approaching the Keys, but it is dissipating. And then Miami, still under that cloud cover there, is going to be clearing out in the near future though, because this is the last remnants of that front. Tonight's forecast for South Florida is mostly upper 60s and 70s. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, both at that 70-degree mark. A little bit cooler in Fort Myers. Naples and Key West both have a chance of some thunderstorms tonight, but it's not anticipated to be anything severe across the state. That front clears out, and we've got northerly flow dominating across the entire state, which will make for gorgeous sunny skies for the next 24 hours for the state of Florida. So with that high pressure, we'll have these gorgeous conditions, great for getting outside. Tomorrow, lots more sun than we're seeing today, though, and now I'm going to hand things off to Jennifer for Local 3.
Thank you, Margaret. And looking out at the weather stem, we're one final look over at Doak Campbell Stadium for tonight's show. Absolutely gorgeous. We're looking at that sunset peeking out across Campbell. Absolutely gorgeous. Not any clouds in sight. Similar to what we saw earlier today, we saw a lot of cloud cover across the region, but currently it is mostly sunny. 81 degrees. We have this northerly wind, which is keeping dew points a little bit lower across the region, making it feel a little bit drier. Temperature-wise, it's warm across the area. 79 degrees up in Bainbridge, 77 in Quincy, as well as 81 degrees here locally. 81 degrees in Apalachicola along the coastline. But look at that, sunshine across the map, looking fairly nice. Dew points are a little bit lower, so it does feel a little bit drier when you walk outside, but these comfortable dew point temperatures, things are feeling very nice. 40s and into the 50s for most of the region. We'll start to see these dew points increasing as we get into next week with the wind starting to shift out of the south. With this northwesterly wind, we're seeing ranging across the region, 10 miles per hour as well as 60 miles per hour in Apalachicola. With this northerly wind, dew points are a little bit lower, so it does feel quite nice outside. And keeping the radar clear as well with these lower dew points, very clear across the I-10 corridor, up along the I-75 corridor as well. The tri-state area is looking very dry as we head on into tonight, and that's because of this high pressure system situated in the southeast. As that cold front moved on through last night, we saw some storms last night as well. This high pressure will stay into place as we get into the weekend and should keep rain chances down as well. Over the next 24 hours, expecting the winds to shift as we get into tomorrow. Going to mainly come out of the northerly areas, but as we get into Saturday and into Sunday, the winds will start to shift out of the south, bringing us a little bit more moisture into the region as well with the southerly flow, keeping coastal areas a bit cooler as well heading into Sunday. Tonight's forecast, 51 degrees in Moultrie as well as 50 degrees here in Quincy, 52 in Tallahassee. Temperatures are going to stay a little bit on the milder side across the region, and if you are heading outside, expecting your forecast to feel very nice on the Gulf Range. 56 degrees at 8 a.m., heating up to around 83 degrees by the afternoon, but it's going to be nice and sunshine across the area. Make sure you grab your suntan lotion if you are heading out. Tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be a warm one for our northern areas, but sunshine across the map. Pretty clear across the portions of southern counties, 76 degrees in Apalachicola. But look at that 7-day forecast. Temperatures are going to start to heat up as we get into the start of next week. 89 degrees on Monday, and at graduation day, temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s. What do you guys think about that forecast at the desk?
I love all those hot temperatures that are coming into our area. But right now we're going to take a second to really recognize all of the graduates from last spring of 2018. We do have a few that are thriving in the broadcast industry. First, we're going to note on Tevin Woon at the Weather Channel currently.
Yes, the Weather Channel. Tevin Wu. I've seen him a couple times covering some pretty significant weather this year. So
yeah,
lots
he
of
does
great
travel
already.
everywhere covering severe weather. But also we have Alyssa Project at Greenville at WNC-TV.
And we can't forget Sydney Welch in Southwest Virginia at WCYB.
Yes, they are very active at FSU Weather, and we really like to recognize all of the great things that they have done. But also off the screen, we do have Matthew Reagan as a producer at the Weather Channel. And we really want to throw it out to the wall to recognize all the seniors and all the potential that they can do in broadcast, private sector, and the government sector here down at FSU Weather.
Thanks, guys. We're going to start things out at the wall here. It's a segment here on the Senior Show where we take the time to reflect on our time at FSU, talk about our favorite memories, our favorite professors, or to look forward to the future and where we're going next. And starting off, we wouldn't be here without Dr. Alquist guiding us and supervising us through this. He's taught all of us, both in our Introduction to Atmospheric Dynamics class as well as in the weathercasting class. So thank you, Dr. Alquist, for making everything here possible for everyone.
That's right. I know Colby and I, Dr. Alquist was our very first teacher here for Met 1010. That was one of our first meteorology classes. So he has been with us all 4 years of this journey, and it's been an incredible journey at that. I think one of the things that makes this program so unique is that it is one of the smallest majors on this campus, and we all are very close with each other, and we all study the same classes every day, and we spend a ton of hours with each other. So we become very close, but it also makes it very hard to leave each other whenever it's time to graduate. But we all know that we're going to be back soon for different conferences and alumni events, so this is not a goodbye at all.
I just want to thank my FSU Weather family. They've definitely helped me get through some rough times, and as this major does test you, and that's what makes it such a great major is just it's testing, and we put out a really good caliber meteorologist here at Florida State. And I just want to thank my FSU weather family for helping me get to those times. We've helped each other, and we've really grown as people and becoming meteorologists. So I've really enjoyed it, and I really can't wait to see where everybody goes, and I wish everyone the best.
Yeah, before we were all talking about what our favorite memory was here at FSU Weather, but honestly, I can't really pick one. Even the memories that you didn't think would be your favorites, like your mic dying or forgetting to put your mic on, those were some of the best days we had here. So I'll forever remember everyone in the meteorology department here, our professors, and especially Dr. Alquist, who has done so much for us. So I think we're all really appreciative of everyone here.
Yes. Alrighty. I started FSU Weather in 2015. I took a couple-year break, but it's so good to get back in front of the green screen with all my friends. But I came from out of state. I came all the way from Michigan, and these people right here made a state like Florida State University feel like home. And I could not be more grateful for the friendships I made. And kind of playing off of where we're going next, I actually have accepted a position with AccuWeather Enterprise Solutions. It's going to be, thank you guys. You guys have been there for me through it all. And 307, 305, we're doing it. But yes, and thankfully, which I'm going to hand it over to Francesca here, but thankfully, I-35 is only a two and a half hour drive from me to her. So thank you, FSU, and thank you guys for the best 4 years of my life.
Well, I was just thinking my favorite memory is probably not everyone's favorite memory because I've spent a lot of times late nights at the Love Building, and that's when things just get weird. The building echoes, you're sprinting down the hallways just because you're like trying not to go crazy while studying, and those memories are definitely my favorite. I love FSU, and I am so thankful for FSU Weather and everyone in this major.
Thank you. I have to piggyback off everyone else in thanking Dr. Alquist for everything he's done for the program. And I actually came to the green screen pretty late in the game. But this team here and everybody that has guided me, given me tips, and helped me grow, I'm never going to forget it. And I will miss you guys. And I've got you down in Pensacola, thankfully, so there's that. But thank you, FSU Weather, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, and actually, for those of you that don't know, this is actually my second degree. And I'm going to be completely honest. I was not expecting for me to make this many friends and have a major that was actually this close and tight-knit with everybody. I felt like every single person in this major for the last 2 years have felt open and been able to ask anybody for help. And that's really what your major should be about in college. And I really think that's what FSU is all about, especially with our alumni as well. I feel like I can reach out to any alumni either. And that's really why I came to FSU. So thank you.
And talking more about just thanking people in general across the department, Dr. Alquist, again, thank you so much. And also to some of the notable grad students who are out there, including Jake Carstens, who is someone who supports everyone here on the show as well. And also another announcement that I'd like to make, I'm moving to Charleston, South Carolina to pursue my dream in broadcasting. And to, so I'm thankful for FSU Weather for allowing me to continue my dream and everything.
Yeah, I would like to thank you, FSU Weather. I've been doing the show since the summer of 2015. It really has helped me find myself and my family. I know we're all going to stay connected throughout the conferences, and the weather community is very small, but we all got to stay in contact, especially when those weather events fire up. But I love you guys here at FSU Weather, and I know you guys all are going to do great.